Hey there, and welcome back to Plays Well with Butter. I'm Jess Larson, and today I'm gonna show you how to make one of my all-time favorite foods, homemade Spam Musubi. Now, Spam Musubi is a snack I've been obsessed with my entire life. I loved it as a kid, and I love it even more as an adult, and my mom makes the best Spam Musubi you'll find this side of the Pacific. To this day, every trip to my folks' house includes a fresh batch of Hawaiian Spam Musubi, lovingly wrapped up to bring back home with us. It's my favorite thing in the world. If you've never made Spam Musubi before, we'll show you exactly how it's done. Everything from preparing the rice properly to pan frying the Spam in a delicious, sticky, sweet, savory sauce, and then wrapping them up in nori seaweed. Every bite is pure Hawaii-style comfort, and they're so fun to make at home. You're gonna be obsessed. If you're unfamiliar with it, Spam Musubi is an absolutely iconic snack in Hawaii. It's really Hawaii's take on traditional Japanese rice balls, which are called onigiri or omusubi. They're handheld snacks consisting of steamed rice, they're wrapped in nori seaweed, and they're stuffed with a variety of different fillings. I've had everything from fish musubi to fried chicken musubi to veggie musubi. It's all delicious. But since Spam is a celebrated ingredient in local style Hawaii cooking, it's fitting that Hawaii's take on Japanese musubi uses Spam. And since she's really the queen of homemade Spam Musubi, I figure there's no one better to help me show you how to make it today than my mom.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Mom. Hi. This is my mom, Lori. She was born and raised in Honolulu, and would you say, how long have you been eating Spam Musubi?
Spam Musubi is a little bit more current than me, so half my life.
Half her life. But hers is really the best, so I'm really excited that she's here to help me show you how to make Spam Musubi today. There are two secrets to really the perfect homemade Spam Musubi, and the first one is you have to choose the right rice and you have to prepare it properly. So Mom, what kind of rice do you have here?
We have some Calrose rice, which is a medium grain rice. It's an island favorite.
Yeah, and it has a really nice, light but sticky texture when it's cooked up perfectly. But if you can't find Calrose rice, sushi rice works great. It's just shorter grain. So will you walk us through how you prepare Calrose rice in a rice pot?
Okay, for 1 can of Spam, you're going to want 2 cups of Calrose rice. You're going to scoop the rice into the pot. You're going to rinse off the rice to get rid of the dust. And then you're going to use your finger. This is called the knuckle method of measuring out your water. You're going to put water in your rice pot, and you're going to rest your finger on the surface of the rice and let the water come up to the first digit of your knuckle. And that's how much water should be in your pot to cook good rice.
Now, the second secret to the perfect homemade Spam Musubi is you have to nail the ratio of Spam and rice. Too much rice overpowers the Spam, too much Spam is too salty. It has to be perfect. So we slice 1 can of Spam into how many pieces?
7 pieces, which is a little bit harder than slicing it into 8 pieces, but you can do it.
You want to show them how?
Okay, so you're going to work the Spam out of the can with your fork.
Oh yeah.
You're going to measure about half without cutting it. And then you're going to just offset that cut just a little. So, and then cut that piece off. And then go towards the other side. You can get the perfect thickness for 1 slice of Spam. Then it's easy to measure out the next piece into thirds. And then another third.
Perfect.
This will make the best ratio of Spam to rice.
Yes.
Musubi.
So our Spam is sliced perfect thickness, and the last thing we're gonna do before we pan fry it is prepare a simple Spam Musubi sauce. So this is like a teriyaki-style sauce, wouldn't you say?
Yes. You want to start with 1/3 cup of dark brown sugar. You can use light, but I prefer dark.
It just has like a more caramely flavor. It's really great.
3 tablespoons of soy sauce.
Or shoyu, if you're on the islands.
Yeah. 2 tablespoons of mirin, which is a Japanese rice wine, sweet. And then we want 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Mix that up and give it a good stir and get that brown sugar a little bit dissolved. And there you have it.
Should we pan fry some Spam?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
We're going to put the pan over medium heat, spritz it with a little bit of oil so the Spam doesn't stick, and then lay our Spam slices in the pan. Some parts of the frying pan may get hotter than others, and your Spam will get done a little faster. That's that golden brown surface that we're looking for. And the ones that are cooked already, you can flip over. So we're going to put some of our sauce on each slice. You might want to turn the heat down a little bit to maybe medium-low. One thing we don't want to do at this time is to burn the sauce. And we'll turn each piece of Spam over again and sauce up this side. And you want to just turn it and keep marinating each side with that really nice sauce. And the Spam is ready for its rice blanket.
Our rice is perfectly fluffy. Our Spam mom expertly has cooked for us, and now we can start assembling and wrapping the musubi. So Mom, what do you have here?
We have a cutting board wrapped in plastic wrap so things don't stick. We have a Spam Musubi mold. These are specially made to make 2 Spam Musubis at once. So you want to get a big piece of sushi nori, and we're going to use this to wrap up our Spam Musubi. As you can see, one side is shiny and one side is dull. We're going to use the dull side up. It looks like a square, but it's not, so you want to make sure that you have the long side on the left-right of you, and then you want to be able to put your mold right in the center. We're going to start adding a little bit of rice to the mold.
You'll see that Mom used the paddle to kind of scrape the rice off of the top rather than digging towards the bottom, and that keeps it really nice and fluffy, and it doesn't make it super dense. And then we want to make sure that you fill the mold really, really delicately. We don't want to pack it down because again, that will take away the rice's fluffy texture. So Mom is scooping a little bit at a time, and she's kind of using the side of the paddle to press it down rather than really like pressing it down.
You don't want to come up way to the top because you want to leave some room for the Spam. Now you want to use your furikake. This is a nori and sesame seed sprinkle. It adds a little bit more flavor to your rice.
When I was a kid, Mom called them sprinkles. I thought all sprinkles were made out of seaweed.
Put a layer of Spam, get 2 nice sized pieces about the same width, and lay it on the top. Now you're going to lay the top of your mold on your Spam and press down while bringing the sides of the mold up. Then you want to take your fork and gently peel away the mold top, leaving the Spam on the rice. We're going to wet the edge of the nori so that it will stick together to the other side once we fold it. We're going to take the dry side and put it over the top, stick it to the Spam, and we're going to roll it like you would a sushi roll. You want it a little tight and just lay it down on that wet side And then roll it back over. And there you have it, a double spam musubi. We're going to use a wet knife, just slightly damp. And we're going to cut it right down the middle. Separate your two musubis. And then you can also cut it once again. Want to clean your knife really well. Get all that rice off.
She's doing it fancy for you. It's kind of like when your mom cuts a sandwich into triangles instead of squares, right? I never get those.
Cut it again.
Beautiful.
You can have two nice little spam musubi halves.
Beautiful. Well, I can't resist. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite.
An island favorite in Wisconsin.
Or Minnesota. What I really love about it is the texture on the spam. It's nice and crisp, and the sweet, savory flavor of your musubi sauce really helps balance out the spam. Plus the rice, when you cook it perfectly, there's like nothing better than white rice. So this is honestly like my perfect bite. These are so cute. It's seriously the perfect musubi you're gonna find outside of Hawaii. So be sure to head over to Plays Well with Butter for the full recipe. Give it a try soon.
And be sure to share all this delicious aloha with those you love.
Yeah, that's what Hawaii food is all about in the first place. And be sure to like and subscribe for more unfussy recipes that pack a big punch of flavor. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. Don't ask me to do this again.
You did great.